Hi everyone, Andy here, Whistler Chef, welcome back. Look what we're going to be doing today. We've got this beautiful chicken satay dish. Got joining me Steve, a good old friend of mine. He's the managing director of Whistler Grills.
Thanks for the invite, Andy. The reason why I haven't been for a while is I had food poisoning last time, if you remember. I was sick for 2 weeks. But no, I'm joking. This is the Whistler Chef, by the way, so I am joking. But no, there's loads and loads been going on at Whistler. And as always, I'll give you an update and you can get up to speed.
Well, it's great to have you here. I've actually chosen this dish because it is one of my favourites. It goes down really well, and obviously I don't want to get food poisoning this time round. So I've got boned and skinned chicken thighs here. There's about 800 grams worth there, which I've actually cut up into pretty reasonable chunks. Probably each chicken thigh I've cut into either 2 or 3.
Is that for the 2 of us?
Well, unless the camera crew and the sound crew want to. Yes, please. The marinade consists of a satay sauce. I use Jimmy's satay sauce, which I feel is the best. I'm going to put 6 tablespoons of that in there, but I'm going to soften that with some soy sauce, which is great because it actually,
gosh, that makes
it's
me
quite strong, but this does soften it down a little bit. So a couple of tablespoons of light soy sauce, and then we have this ketchup mayonnaise.
What the heck is that?
I know, it's one of those, isn't it? It's actually again a soy-based sauce, but it's sweet, it's sticky. So we're going to go with some of this. I might not have enough in this bottle, but I've got another bottle of this stuff. So we'll go with 3 of them. I'm going to get you to mix this up as well.
Oh, don't give me anything too technical, please.
No, I think you'll manage that. You're good at stirring, I know that, so you'll be okay, I'm sure. Always marinate something, leave it overnight. It's better, it infuses the flavour into the meats that you're doing, in this case chicken.
So would you leave that in the fridge? Would you mix it?
Yeah, when it's going to be mixed.
Cover it over and put it in the fridge?
Absolutely right,
overnight.
Yeah. So you're going to mix it, I'm going to cover it with cling film, and it'll be overnight in the fridge.
See, when I want food, I want to be able to do it in 20 minutes in the microwave. So that is ridiculous for me.
Well, it's not, because you just prepare this the day before, don't you? And it's not a microwavable dish anyway. But you must have a barbecue anyway.
Yeah, I've got a barbecue, of course I have.
What brand?
I'd have to. I've got a Weber.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm joking. I am joking.
He's got 2. He is joking, because I know he's got 2 Webers. So this is, right, fish sauce. Quite strong this, you don't want much of this. Honey. Pouring honey is the best because the jarred honey that goes stiff's really difficult to get out of the jar and I hate it. 2, in fact, actually 3. And honey's great with things like meats on a barbecue because it sticks to the meat, gets everything sticky, and when you're actually grilling it on the barbecue, love that. So you're going to mix all that up now.
All right.
Actually, no, you're not. I'm going to add one more ingredient, and that's juice of a lime.
I can't believe that'll make a difference.
Well, when you taste it, I will ask you the question, can you taste the lime?
Okay.
And let's see when it's cooked. Very strong juice of a lime. Right. Okay, mixer for you. You get stirring.
Well, literally just turn it over, stir it all.
Mix it right in, fold everything in. Try and bury everything into the marinade once it's been stirred up, and that'll be ready to cover up.
I can probably cope with that. That's about about my level.
Tell me about Whistler Grills then. I know that you've got some exciting plans ahead. What's happening?
How long have you got?
Well, as long as it takes to do this cook, and then I'm kicking you out, so I won't worry about that. You've got long enough.
Well, listen, it's been a fantastic year. I mean, we've come off the back of COVID, which was extraordinary for the whole market, for many markets, but it took us from a real starting base up to, millions of sales, literally overnight because of the COVID effect. And of course, it's pegged back a little bit now, which is frustrating but inevitable. We've put the infrastructure in place, so I'm really, really pleased and confident now that we're in a position to take the business when the market picks up and when the country's in a better financial position, the economy's better, we'll be in a good position to take the business on. you know, and that's what it's been about, you know. It's been about consolidation and getting the infrastructure right. So we've been doing so much work on that. Systems, we've got our own warehouse, which is a big, you know, big development for us. And we're there. We're there.
Excellent.
And you're there.
And I'm nearly there. And here's one we prepared earlier. Okay, this was done yesterday.
I didn't prepare that, by the way.
No, you can see the difference, can't you? This has been marinated, you can actually, in a sense, that this has been marinated for 24 hours. Did this yesterday afternoon. The flavours now will have integrated into that chicken, into those chicken thighs wonderfully. Now I have to thread these. I was going to give you this job, but I thought it was a little bit unkind, you know, and I need to just thread these onto the skewers before they hit the barbecue. Okay, so that's going to be my next job. So you mentioned customer services. What's happening with that then? I mean, I know you'd be putting a lot of investment into that area. What's going on?
Customer services?
Yeah, I know I've worked with you for years now, Steve, and you're really passionate about customer services. So how's it going to work within Whistler Grills going forward?
Just sort all the problems out. Simplistic. We've invested a lot of time in staff and training and ideas. And you know, first of all, we've got to iron out the problems at source. That is our big objective, right? Because you don't want to sell something that is faulty, for starters. So we're working very hard with the factory to do that. And then we've got a system where they can phone in, whether it be a retail customer or even an end customer, you know, somebody that owns that thing at the end of the line. They can just phone in or send an email, fill a form in with some of their basic details, and then our customer support department will be on it like a rash.
So in a few words, what's your ambition then with customer service?
It's simple. I want to be the best customer service in the barbecue industry, because, you know, that's what people will buy that for, and they'll trust it, you know.
Right, mate, here we go. They're all on the
on?
skewers now. That's the messy bit out of the way. I've got my gloves off now, which is great. So we're going to fire up the grill and let's get cooking. Okay, so we've got that heated up nicely. Let's get these beauties on here.
I'm getting hungry now.
You'll get the smell of these now. So what I'm doing with these is obviously grilling them off, but this is the rest of the marinade which I'll be basting these with as we cook these. We need to get these up to about 75 degrees centigrade. With something like this, you sort of need a good degree of heat, because if it's not hot enough, the food will stick more. Okay, you get it hot, you know, the food is less likely to stick. Give it a few minutes. Don't mess with it.
You upset me. I was turning the burgers and the chicken and everything. I was turning it continually.
You don't need to move around.
And you know, I've done it ever since. I don't move my food now
And it's a lot
until
better.
it's properly cooked.
Yeah.
And then turn it.
That's it.
And it works. It doesn't stick as much either.
Well, precisely, because you're creating a crust. You can see they're starting to brown off already. Get them turned. Use the marinade.
Keep it going on.
Yeah, just keeps the meat moist as well.
That's
So I've got a few friends actually with coal barbecues, and they swear by the whole coal. Charcoal, and they swear by the whole charcoal thing. Obviously, I love this gas grill, but I mean, you know, why gas? What's your view on gas versus charcoal?
We've been to quite a few shows. We've been to charcoal fire shows, and we've been the only gas barbecue company there. And many people that go to those shows come and say, oh, I prefer charcoal, I love charcoal, it gives you that extra flavour. And I'll say, well, how long does it take you to prep? How long does it take, you know, you can't just switch it on and start cooking like we have today. You know, you'd have to prepare that for probably 3/4 of an hour before you've got your charcoals white and it's just ready. So for me, it's about convenience. You know, and typically for a family, the kids just want a couple of burgers, just come out, ramp it on, bang, your burgers are done, whereas your charcoal barbecue wouldn't even be ready to cook on.
No, of course.
So I think, you know, that of course you get a certain amount of flavour.
Smoky flavour.
Yeah, smoky flavour. But we do what we call smoker boxes, and you can put flavoured chips in there that will kind of do that. If you put the lid down, you will get that, you know, whiskey flavoured edge to your food. You know, and we do ceramic briquettes, which are the closest thing that we do to charcoal, because once they've heated up and they've gone black and they've got a bit of meat juice on them, they're pretty similar to charcoal. You know?
I have used the briquettes and they are really good. And the other benefit of the briquettes is that you have to, you can reduce your gas usage down. Because once them briquettes are hot,
they're doing the job.
And they're in a tray that sits nicely in there. They are doing the job, yeah.
So there's a market for both. This is all about convenience. It's probably a lot easier to clean after the cook.
Right, mate. So they're nicely cooking away. I'm going to make the sauce that's going to be drizzled over these, okay? We've got peanut butter. You can use smooth peanut butter, but I use crunchy because it's much nicer. We've got soy sauce. That's going to go in there as well.
Light
soy sauce again, yeah, that's right, yeah. We've got some brown sugar. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of brown sugar in there.
Gee.
Coconut milk, and I'm going to do 7 tablespoons of this, okay? And it's going to go in there.
And you know this from a recipe, right?
Yeah.
Over and over.
Yeah. Well, I make this sauce looser than a recipe that I found, and just because I add other bits on top of it after the sauce is made. So 7 of them. I think that was 7. You did interrupt me. Lime again. And don't forget,
you're going to have to remind me, because I don't think I'm going to taste that when I get the end.
Okay, well, we'll see.
I don't believe you.
We'll see. And then I'm going to mix this up. Now, that you see here, that peanut butter, it's sticky, it's loose, it's flavoursome, and I love it. Peanuts and coconut are like a marriage made in heaven. So that's the sauce. We need to light the side burner up. We need to get this nice and hot. Let's get these in and give them a good mix up. They are literally minutes to cook. You know what? Right, matey, let's get these noodles off here. That's definitely done now. We're going to get a little bit of, remember the ketchup mayonnaise we had before? And that'll flavour them up a little bit. Okay, the wind's got up.
I'm seriously looking forward to this. I'm starving.
How starving?
Well, that's
starving.
fine. Yeah, that's fine, thanks.
That's starving. I'm starving too. Right, there we go. I'm going to pull these off the skewers for you. Get another one on there.
Oh gosh, that looks absolutely delicious. Dog, go away please. Noons, away.
Okay, so on top of the sauce we're going to put some crushed peanuts. These are just salted peanuts, crushed up, and drizzle that over there. Mate, this is one of my favourite additions to this dish. All the top chefs call it chili crack. Basically it's a chili oil. It's not really hot, but you get the flavour of chili, and then some coriander.
Finish it off.
Finish off with coriander. We do this from a great height. So, there it is, mate.
That looks delicious.
Chicken satay with spicy noodles, coriander, chili crack, and a peanut sauce. I want you to let me know if you can taste lime and what.
Can you taste lime?
It is amazing. But your opinion counts more than mine. What do you think?
Do you know, I watch these chef programs, and when they eat, they always go, "Oh, gosh, that is delicious."
And you don't believe them?
I don't like that. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, mate. That is absolutely delicious. But if I'm totally honest, I can't taste lime.
You can't.
But I don't want to.
The good thing about cooking new dishes is that you haven't got any taste buds, so
It's that COVID, isn't it?
that's why every dish I do is good for you.
COVID did you a massive favour, eh? As a chef. That is as good as you can get, and all cooked on the barbecue.